Hello. Can everyone hear me? Hi. Thank you very much for your engagement, support, and everything so far.
The theme of tonight is Letter to Your Younger Self. It was inspired by a series of letters written by professional footballers such as Rio Ferdinand and Ronaldinho, our idols basically. And in them, they write letters to their younger selves from when they were 12 years old, reflecting on lessons they have learned in their life since. It also makes you realise that they were all kids once.
Tonight's theme, as Marley said, is a letter to your younger self. And you'll be hearing later in the evening from some of our community about their own journeys. I'm delighted that tonight we're joined firstly by Salvias Jokanovic. He had an amazing playing career, played over 400 games in Yugoslavia, Spain and England. And only earlier this year, he was the head coach at Fulham and took them back to the Premier League in the playoff final. First, a few quick words from me. I've been waiting about 14 years to tell this story. So, when I was a little bit older than Marley, I was quite tall, but also I was a talented player on the books of Gillingham. Now, I still remember the day as if it was yesterday. I was called into a small, dark room, and I was told by my coaches that night, Darren Hare and Fred Dillon, some news that rocked my world. They said they were going to release me at the end of the season. I was a good player, but I didn't have the physical capabilities to make it to the top. What's more, they said that there was a player who was playing in exactly the same position as me, who they thought was really talented. Me being me at the time, I contested it. I said, what do you mean? I'm a better player. All the rest of it. Anyway, I was heartbroken at that time. I felt rejected by the game that I loved.
Let's start with you. Tell us a bit about your personal journey. Where did it all begin?
Not too far away from it. I was born Guy's Hospital. It's Lashard. Started playing in Rotherhithe, around Peckham, Bermondsey, and moved to Kent when I was about 11 years old with a family. Mum and Dad split up. We had to move out. We moved out. But in Kent, it's a lot more greener, a lot more accessible to football, and I was fortunate in that situation. There wasn't many opportunities in football in London around that time, especially for my age. And then from there, started playing for Gillingham. I just used to enjoy it, never took it too seriously. Enjoyed it, and I was fortunate enough that after you got out of the way, I did kick him out.
Got Salvias in the middle, see?
Then fortunately for me, Chelsea come and scout to me at 15, and then it was, a whole different world.
Salvias, tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you end up in London?
Okay, I am 50-old man. I am not exactly born here in this city. I am born 1,800 miles from this place, a little bit different place. And then in my short time, like all the people in this time in my country, we play on the street. I start to play football on the street. At the end with 13, I start play for one small club. After for another biggest or club of the city, of the country. At the end with 25 years, I start my adventure living around the world, like football player, like manager. I am living and working in 6 countries. Actually, right now, I am here and try to be successful. Challenge myself against this kind of the players. At the moment is tough, but we're gonna find some kind of solution.
Ryan, obviously we played with a lot of players. No one else that I can think of has done what you have from back in the day. What would you say are the habits that you developed?
Always try to improve. I think one thing with people that are deemed successful, I think if you talk to them, they never actually sat back and felt successful. They were continuously moving, continuously trying to improve. So yeah, that's what I'd say was one of the main things. I just continue to improve all day, every day.
How were you able to constantly improve? Was there anyone that helped you along the way?
No, but I think it's just down to yourself. He was obviously you need amazing. One, I had an amazing mum that sacrificed everything to put me in positions, and then you kind of hold that and remember that what she done, and that was kind of like my driving force. But ultimately, it comes down to you whether you have certain decisions. Do you want to be a footballer, or do you want to go to your friend's party? Do you want to be a footballer, or do you want to be down the park too late? You have to make them sacrifices, and thankfully I made the right decision.
And obviously you're both busy. You decided to give up your evening to come here. Why did you decide to do that, and why do you support the work of Football Beyond Borders?
Well, I had the opportunity for know some kind of the ideas what the FBB it's made before, and then I believe it's great idea and a great way for all the young people is enjoying us and be part of this important sport, be part of the football. You can learn many things, and it's definitely football can support and can help all the young people for fighting for the important value for show desire for learning for start learning the living in the group or be part of the team. We are not part of in this life. You cannot living alone, and for young people is can be really important step. Be enjoy the sport, definitely enjoy the football too. And from my side, I am part of this. This is not place for say part of the business, but part of this football life. And I want to share my experience. I want to encourage these young people for be part of the football. It's healthy, it's good, and it's definitely a great idea. If you are thinking this way, make it this step forward.
So again, it's part of the family, the community. It resonates so much with me. But my main thing is how you show to football is the main aspect, but you show what's behind the scenes, and you show more than one successful avenue. Like the footballer is the dream, but you show to all the kids, boys and girls, there's so many different avenues to be successful from within the sport. So no matter if that is your first ambition to be the star, the footballer, there's still many avenues to be successful and go on to have a happy life. And that's what needs to be done for the youth.
All right, Ismaili, okay, so think carefully.
So obviously talking about what the pathway is, etc. for the youth, if you could look back at your 12-year-old self, what advice would you give to him?
It possibly want to be not so much to do with football. It probably more my attitude to my schoolwork, because it's a beautiful thing. I'm sure many parents here will look back at their kids and say to them, "Trust me, when you leave school, you will miss it." And trust me, kids, it's true. You know, and you're there. The thing is with school it's such an opportunity to learn and absorb so much information to give you the tools to go on to all walks of life, not just one. And you're there. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to be there, and so you might as well turn my attitude and approach it with a positive sense, and learn as much as I can out of it. That's what I'd say.
We also want to build up girls' confidence. We know how difficult it is as a girl sometimes, questioning whether you belong and whether or not your voice will be heard. We want these young girls to build confidence to speak whenever and to whoever they feel like, and try and achieve whatever they want to achieve in life. I know how much FBB has helped me through the rough stage of going from being a young girl to a woman, and we hope the New Girls program can help more girls become happy, successful young women who have a positive impact in the world. We want to encourage the next generation of girls to go beyond.
What is the difference between our generations? Well, today's reality is that most children can't play outside or explore as much as we did back in the days, as it's become more dangerous now. Most parents are under a lot of pressure, making a balance between family life and work. Therefore, children are left to look after themselves and get bored easily, which leads them to relying on modern day technology or getting themselves into trouble. I feel, as a parent, it is important to show stability, love and respect, and for children to know that it's okay to make mistakes, because this is how we all have learned.
Yeah, being the mother of a teenage boy in this day and age is obviously really daunting. It's very, very scary. Knife crime, gangs, etc. So I do worry. You know, in my day, my mum let me out the front door at the age of 5 and I didn't come home until I heard her shouting that it's dinner time. Marley never had that luxury. I just kept him in all the time unless I was with him. And even now, at this age, he's 14, and I'm still like holding on to him, as a lot of the FBB people will know, because I'm always the mum that's there picking him up, waiting outside FBB, not giving him very much freedom. And it's a shame that it has to be like that. Kids have a lot to worry about the minute they step out the door. As a parent, Court was great, because of course he really wants to go on these trips. Say something about Marley.
I love you, Marley.
But little do you know, your life is about to be a walk on a tightrope with lots of juggling to do. There will be lots of temptation to be led astray. One of your best friends will be hospitalized by another friend over an oyster card. It seems silly now, just thinking about it, but it wasn't then. Your loyalties will be split and you'll decide to take yourself away from the group and not dwell on the situation. When you're in the summer of year 11, you'll be on a bus in Islington and there will be an altercation. A fight will break out, blood will be shed, and you will lose a trainer. That day, you were wearing a yellow jumper, and from that day on, you will decide never to wear yellow again. No bright colours for that matter. Black, grey or white will become your colours, the safe colours.
Your mum will become your biggest fan. She will stand in the rain week in, week out to watch you be happy. You will become a stronger person, and you will learn that society is slowly changing, and you can make a difference by having an impact on making girls' football a norm, so that young girls that want to get into football don't have to experience the same things you did. Yours sincerely, 16-year-old Deborah.
Right now, you're a chubby kid who likes cricket. All your friends like football, but you prefer the nerdy lot that prefer bat and ball. You probably won't believe me when I tell you this. You will develop a love for football. A love for football, even more passionately than you could possibly ever imagine. Your love for the game will start in the summer of year 7. You will journey every single day to your local green cage in Camberwell, just 100 metres from your estate. What a journey. Dedication, perseverance, and a love for the game will help you in your weight loss. You will feel more confident in yourself. The same people who used to mock you, they won't do that anymore. You will end up venturing a little bit further away to play. It'll feel like a mission, but the journey to Kenilworth Park every single Wednesday will have a profound impact on you. There will be adults running these sessions. They'll tell you they work for an organisation called Football Beyond Borders. You'll keep coming back to these sessions. Why? Because they're engaging, and the adults here are different. Different to those that you have in school and at other clubs. The adults here believe in you. They want to help you. You can look up to them. You can trust them. They will be your role models. The one person you needed most in your life isn't around. You would have loved to have your father in your life, but he isn't coming back. The pain will hurt you for many years. It's okay, it's understandable. You're strong and you know that this doesn't define you. Your mental strength will be one of your best characteristics. This will serve you well. You will learn to become independent, focus on things that you can change instead of things that are out of your control. This mental strength will lead you to something bigger, something with purpose, something that instills confidence and self-belief in young people. You work every single day to help them fulfill their potential, the same potential that it took you time to realize. Believe in your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you different. Yours sincerely, Harry.
You see, my story is no different from any other teenager. However, it's also very unique. I went through stuff that changed my life completely. I was a happy kid. However, on the 12th of September 2013, my life took a drastic change. I was just a normal kid in year 4, about to go swimming with my school. It's funny, because I remember I was in the changing room saying to my friends, I can't wait to go home and see my brand new sister. However, when I got home that night, I realized not everything went as smooth as I thought it would be. On that same day, I sadly lost my mum to internal bleeding. Losing your mum was not an easy thing to deal with, especially only being 9 years old. I know you're probably thinking, how ever did you deal with that? I'm about to tell you how. Fast forward a couple of years, I deeped out life in its own very peculiar way can be the best teacher. And although over the decade I've already done so much, there was still a huge part of me missing. Starting year 7 without a mother is one of the hardest things. Not being able to share that journey with the woman that brought you into the world we live in. And for that reason, I just couldn't enjoy school. I got into a lot of fights, never listened to teachers, and just didn't care about anything. And for those reasons, my auntie had to pull me out of school as I was about to get permanently excluded. But finally, the overview school accepted me. My third school in 2 years. I can't lie, it was scary. However, I didn't show fear. I didn't come with that comedian persona, I was just myself. Luckily for me, I was welcomed by people like Sunny, Marley and Matal. And for that, I'm very thankful. You're probably thinking, what could go wrong? Nothing went wrong, there was still just that piece of me missing. And I thank God I found that piece. And if you haven't figured that out, FBB was that piece. All my thanks go to them for giving me the chance to be the person I am and the handsome one you see for your eyes. They've shown me the world in a different now, and now I can do anything I want. And I hope I've touched your heart today. Thank you for listening.
For anyone that knows me, and there's some colleagues in the room today and they'll probably shout out, I don't find it difficult to talk. Tonight has explored many emotions within me. The young people of Football Beyond Borders resonate with me so much. When Jasper asked me to speak, I don't do scripts. I kind of just speak from the heart, from the mind. Some of what I've heard tonight, and I'm gonna focus on the parents a little bit, because the touching stories from the parents talking about their children, from someone whose parents didn't believe in me. I didn't grow up with my parents, although I was in a family home. To hear Marley's younger sister say those words was something that I craved all my life. So what I'm going to do, I scripted something on social media today, so if anyone's seen my social media, be quiet for a minute because I'm going to read it out now. And the reason I'm going to read it out is because this week is quite a significant period in my life. I was born in Hackney. Anyone else? Okay, all right. Not many of us. Born in Hackney, raised in Walthamstow. Now I'm feeling some love. Live in Chingford, no booze. But I've never envisaged myself being on here, talking to people and doing what I've done over
a period of time. So if you don't mind, for one of the first times, I'm actually going to read something that I posted today, because I think it resonates so much with kind of like how this evening has gone. And then I'll tell you a very quick brief, because Jasper's looking at the time already, about why I'm so connected with Football Beyond Borders. So bear with me, it will make sense probably right at the end. 5 years ago this week, I stood on I call it the Palace lawn, so let me tell you what that is. That is Buckingham Palace lawn, to receive an award for my work and dedication to grassroots football. Recalling that time takes me back to the days of when I was in short trousers. No? Okay. A young boy with a dream. A dream that many shared. That dream was to become a professional footballer. I was good. Believe me, I was good. How did I know? Because everyone told me. From my PE teacher, to my head teacher, to my Sunday league manager, to the very first scout who told me that I was going to make it. And there lies the tale. No one told me what it entailed. No one told me what trying to make it as a professional footballer entailed. I just thought I had to play football, you know, the game that I loved, the game that I lived for, the game that was going to reward me forever. No one told me the challenges or difficulties, the fallout. So, receiving the award 5 years ago meant so much to me, because I turned from a potential, and that's all I was, to a failure in my eyes. And at that point, my eyes were the strongest power. Fast forward through my eyes, I never saw the good. As far as I was concerned, I was a failure for life. And in some aspects, I still may be. But 5 years ago made me truly believe what other people saw in me I could achieve, I have achieved. And also made me realise I've been doing right for a very long time. 5 years ago, that very same week, turned out to be one of the most blessed and proudest moments ever, as I became the proudest father in the world, as far as I'm concerned, when my young son scored that goal on his debut. That goal, to this day 5 years ago, was scoring for England at Wembley in a World Cup qualifier. Those were the kind of cherished moments I thought you could only dream about. And the reason I put that together was, one, for remembrance for myself, but also two, to show absolute support for young people that are on a journey. Young people who often get ostracised, young people who in this day and age are not believed. The reason I connect with FBB is that my journey took me from the potential of being the footballer that I've spoken about to the dark side. The dark side saw me, and I'll do this very quickly, doing the wrong things in the wrong places at the wrong times with the wrong people. 4, 5 years of looking for love that I didn't have behind my closed doors, and I didn't have through football. For me, that period of time defined my life. I got out of it. I then decided that I wanted to give back to young people. I then decided that young people I could help and learn from. To escalate the story, the reason I'm a patron is because the work that FBB are doing is unrivaled anywhere. I'd like to think I could do a bit as well, but not like what they can. I connect with the young people. The stories that I hear tonight, I connect with so much. And going down and seeing the young people in their environment, seeing them excel, seeing them achieve, seeing them create, is all the things that I crave for away from the game. So, to wrap it up, tonight has been an absolute tremendous showcase of what Football Beyond Borders is all about. But for me, the power of tonight is the legacy that it will leave, not just for you in the audience, but for the young people who will continue to grow and will continue to develop and will continue to display those characteristics that are so essential as you take this journey into adulthood. So the round of applause, it's not for me, my journey is there. I'm blah blah years of age, and don't quote that. No, wait. The round of applause is for everyone connected with FBB, the young people that have told so many amazing stories here tonight, and also for you for raising and being here tonight for such a powerful evening. Thank you.